Hello, ActiveSage here on the Sage channel, and today we are going to be doing some funniness over here in this thrown together world with catapults and nonsense. So first off, I'm going to start off by showing off this little thing here. It is my precious, wonderfully derptastic car. Remember, the game just barely came out of early access. As in, you're actually not going to be able to purchase this game again until the 19th of February. But, so a lot of stuff's going to change is what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, let's go ahead and not crouch down. Let's actually take our car for a drive. Yeah, it's working. It's a funny thing, and it kind of reminds me of the Flintstones, because their cars were all man-powered. So of course this should not be working. I'm running on top of it, and I'm able to drive this car around, and it's sort of ridiculous, and I'm sure it's something we will see changed and fixed in the future. This should be working if I'm Superman. Again, we'll see this changed in the future, I'm sure. I just thought it was pretty damn funny to see that. Okay. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, let me, okay, I'm stuck in here now. We're just gonna have to delete it. But yeah, you can see my original prototype was this silly thing here, which also works if I can, yeah, get in there. It's a pretty simple thing. You just push to go forward, hold shift to sprint, and you can make the car turn by doing that. I just felt like I had to show the silliness. If we really wanted to be a Flintstone-esque car, we would truly have to remove a piece to allow us to actually walk down on the ground, which this one actually makes sense. If it wasn't for the axle right here, it would be more logical that this would actually work, because of course right now I'd be pushing up against the axle and the big wooden bits would be tearing me apart. Again though, Superman strength, bit silly, but again, the game isn't even really early alpha yet. It's sort of, well, it's early alpha, let's put it at that. Alright, so you might be asking yourself, Sage, how did you get that silly, strange, insane car? Well, let's go ahead and make ourselves a little platform with this, which is hella hard and confusing to rotate around sometimes. Drag ourselves out with a control click, make ourselves a little bit of a lifting bit. That way these are farther off the ground than they would otherwise be. Right now, basically, I'm building the base upside down of this lovely little vehicle. Come on. Oh, god dang it. Come on. It's a bit finicky. There we are. And now let's go ahead and use these catch things, which are right here. It's called a catch block. There's two types of them. One allows you to lock it in place, and you have to have one if you want to have a actual thing driven by a lever. The other are these, and then we're going to actually connect these up to make a proper axle. And I'm using my mouse wheel to make it bigger or smaller. Did that actually connect up? An easy way to tell if these actually connected up is to walk into them, and it looks like it might have connected up. Yes, it did. It does look like it's connected up. As you can see, it's pushing the whole block all the way through on both sides. So that definitely did connect up. Let's connect these ones up as well. Find that center point right there, and use the mouse scroll wheel to make our axle block all the way across, and there we go, that's lined up as well. And now we're going to go ahead and stick the wheels on it right here on the side, so we'll remove that thing from our get a wheel, and I can't place that because it looks like we're going to have to make it stick out just a little bit, so we stick these sons of guns on there and get ourselves a wheel. Nice, simple, straightforward, well, very painfully straightforward little cart that we're building here. And now that we've got, oops, come on, rotate it around. I guess it has to go this way. There we go. Once we got that, we'll go ahead and delete that. It's floating because we had built it starting from a static point, but if we do a copy and paste, there we go, it pasted it in, and the second it was pasted in, it became a actual floating object, or I'd say floating, a falling object. And there you go, there's another fancy little cart you can push around, and you can see the wheels turning. It's pretty cool and all that. And if I was to hop up onto it and not fly over it, as such as I did, you can even go ahead and make it another Flintstone-esque vehicle. If we were to go ahead and put some little limits around here, that way we'll have some stuff to run into. And yeah, now we can go ahead and turn the car and push it. It works a little bit better if the car's longer. This one's such a tight little thing. Turning it isn't the most ideal thing. Anyway, that's this stupid little thing I've been messing around with for far longer than I really should have. Fairly interesting, and of course the wood does break. If I was actually to go ahead and switch up to the projectile thrower, I can go ahead and throw projectiles, and you can see it'll smash up bits of this. Sometimes projectile actually hits your character, which is why I zoomed forward there. It's a bit strange. Something else I do have over here is also a rotor block that they have in the game, strangely enough. Not quite sure what the point of it is yet. I'm thinking maybe you could make cogs with these if we had multiple ones. Here, let me test that real quick. So there we go, we got our little now cogs of sorts set up, and if we click the little thing in the middle, it starts these spinning. So let's go ahead and start this one spinning. I have no idea why they work like this. I guess it's, you know, early alpha. And do they actually push on each other? If I was to do a shift T on this, no, I can't seem to get these to reverse. So I'm thinking maybe in the future you will be able to build cogs with this sort of stuff, though. Oh, there we go. Oh, so basically what I did there was I turned it off. So I can have it set to here, and this one will, come on, spin around, spin around. Oh, okay. And then it'll push this one back, I'm presuming, to its starting point. Yeah, because its starting point was over here, facing straight out this way, so it'll push it back as far as it can. So theoretically, if this one was now longer, it would push it back farther. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, just to see if my hypothesis is correct. Oh, I gotta turn this one back on. There we go. And the reason this one didn't originally spin around when that one was pushing, because its starting point was directly out that way. So let's see. Okay, maybe it doesn't have the torque for it. Or maybe I turned this one back on without thinking about it. I don't know. Anyway, that's the rotors right now. I'm befuddled at them. And they can only be placed on large, well, static, massive pieces of ground. And in the ground, apparently. Which upon turning on doesn't really do anything. Oh, and don't turn your jetpack on near it. This was also one I had trying to cut down a tree with. Did not work, obviously. But we can't cut down the tree, and theoretically this should keep spinning. Unless I shut it off without realizing it, which is sort of anticlimactic now. Yeah. Okay, moving on from that, we do have catapult things, so I'll go ahead and fly over. Is this? Yeah, I think this will actually go over everything. Nope, it hit something. Damn it, get out of it. Shoot. There we go. So, enough of that. Let's move over here to catapult things. And this is a fun little catapult nonsensical thing that I've set up here. And originally I had a stopgap, so I could put this on here and this on here. So in theory, that would be as far as this thing could go. So I wouldn't need this piece of, well, whatever. You have wood here to stop it. I found that had some trouble, but let's try it again like that. And then second off, oh, yeah, see, you'd think that it would just stop it from doing that, but that didn't work. But so let's go ahead and crank this back. Okay, I forgot to hook it up, didn't I? So push T on that, and then T on this one up here, and then it'll pull it back. Okay, son of a gun. Ooh, and you can see I actually stood on it there. And I'm holding Shift T to pull it back, and then I can just press, well, I should be able to press T to just make it go the other way, but now it's not even trying to listen to me. Really quickly, let's go ahead and rebuild that, because that was a troublesome thing. There we go. So now, T and Shift T, sometimes it has to be reset, or you have to reload your world or redo the roping. So anyway, we can pull this back now, and we can go ahead and set up a stone in it. So to do that, I have the large projectile with a plus sign on it, and I can go ahead and press J, actually. And it actually, well, if you press J with any of these objects, it makes them free floating. And when you place them, they actually fall in there. So let's go ahead and see if we can get 2 in there. Missed. There we go. Can we get 3? Can I get 3, please? Just in that little tiny corner. Okay, I guess we're not getting 3. We got 3. Okay. And then to release it, we can go ahead and do Shift T, or just T on this and hold it to roll it back out the other way. Or we can go ahead and press T on that and cut the wire, and away they go. Whee! Ain't that fun, eh? Now, the way this is set up is pretty simple and straightforward. Let's go ahead and just get ourselves a nice big flat plane to work on. That way we can build another one nice and easy. We're going to draw it out like this. I don't know why I built everything else on stilts when I could have just built it all on one of these, but I didn't. Let's go ahead and start out with a little bit of a platform. No, we don't need that. We need this thing. This would be the rope torsion spring. It's pretty awesome. I was trying to make some machines earlier down that way where I'll explain that later, but I was originally going to have them up on their sides, but I couldn't quite get them to work up on their sides right. Yeah, you can see there. I wanted them like this, but the other way around, but I couldn't quite get them the other way around. Other way around being where that little nubbit sticking out would be that way. Whatever. Early days, eh? Get out of here. We want this like this, and we want it to spun around the other way like so. That way this little wooden nubbit is sticking out this way away from us, because this is the default position. We're going to be torquing it back, as I've already shown. We're going to do a drag out like this. I'm not sure if that affects structural integrity negatively currently. I suspect in the future it'll be stronger if you have just single pieces, but I don't really know for sure. Let's go ahead also now and build up similar to what we did earlier with the axle, if you remember. For the car, we're going to do basically the same thing here, and we're going to go ahead and actually just draw this out across. That way I know I'm building it up the same way. I think we did it, what was it, 6 or 8? It must have been 8. And then for this, we're going to use one of these same little catch blocks that we used before, and I've misclicked and put it way over there. Get away. Put that one there. We're going to have another little catch block, but this is the special other one right here with a lock on it. And we're going to put this right here. I found that for right now, at least, it seems like you need the one with the lock to be able to make something like I'm about to make here. And we can go ahead and put in, there we go, one of these. And we'll go ahead and bring them back to about right there. That lines up pretty well, so I'll put this thing in right now. This is like a big spool thing. It's called a rope drum. And now we can hook that up to a little connection point we'll put in here, which is just called a rope ending. Come on. There we go. I'm in the way. There we go. Click, click. So I did T on that. I put that in and pressed T on that. So they're now locked up or joined together. And now I can go ahead and finish this off. That looks like that should fit. And now, okay, well, we've done something wrong. What have we done wrong? Well, maybe, let's see. Let's try to get it maybe started here before we can finish it. Maybe it's more finicky when it comes to these actual ones with the lock. And then let's see. How about you? Still no dice. Wow, that's worrisome. What have I done wrong? Let's remove a 4-section piece right there, place that back in. There we go, it joined up. Looks like the easiest way to do this from now on is just to go ahead and take your singular little piece, line it up, and then control drag all the way across. They merge up, remove whatever you need. Oh shit. Remove whatever you need to remove, and then go ahead and place it back in, such as that. Now let's go ahead and rebuild this thing. Let's actually just do a Control X on the base of that little thing that we broke off, and then rotate it back into place like there, like nothing ever happened. And then for this, let's go ahead and use this handle, the turn wheel cross, that thing there. We'll just place that on there. I don't think it matters which way around it goes. Nope, there we go. And see, now it's working, and we can go ahead and once again hook up the rope right there. Who knows, in a week's time, everything that was wrong here might already be fixed. So now we can go ahead and we can pull that back as I did before. So there you go, that's how that works. And for the head of it, that is just another block that was called, where'd you go, little guy? Catapult head. So we can go ahead and stick a catapult head on there if we like. There we go. I'm in the way, I think. There we go. Yep. And it looks like it just had a spurge out. Yeah, so I'm going to have to reset that. I'm sure that'll be fixed. And by reset, I mean just doing that, disabling and re-enabling. I'm sure that'll be fixed before you know it. You'll probably be watching this video and going, hey, that doesn't break like that anymore. Either way, there you go. It's done. Now, if I had the little plus block things, I can go ahead and, once again, press J and drop in a few cannonballs for nice. Well, that one just rejected its friend. That's not very nice. It's like a pair of bad twins. There we go. And once again, go ahead and cut the wire. Yeah. No! It's possessed. Okay. So yeah, sometimes things go wrong. I don't quite know what happened there. It appears to have broken. The rope seems to have severed. Is the rope actually severed? Yes. Something went wrong there. That happens. It's early games. Early days. Oh, also I found out something pretty funny is that you can, at least with the larger ones, connect them together. So if we were to go ahead and take this larger one and just place it in, we can go ahead and press T on that, and now you can see that one's connected to this, because I'd already pressed T on that. So we can go ahead and pull it in for whatever reason you would like to do that. Sort of strange and very odd. You could sort of have like a big fence full of these, or a wall made of cannonballs that you could just drop and lower. Why? I don't know. And of course you can't connect cannonball. Oh, by the way, it's like a shark. You know, now it just feels uncomfortable. Last thing to show, well, these here, because I could push those carts around, I was figuring that, hey, if I could get inside something, oh dear God, something like this, there we go, and then run around in there, I might be able to push the whole box around. Well, it's working now. I tested this earlier and it didn't work. Why are you working now when I'm inside the box? Can I run up into the sky? Let's see, the problem is now I can't tell where I'm running. Am I even moving? Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm moving. Well, this is very odd. It didn't work earlier. So I was thinking I could fly a box into the sky or something. It seems like now it's suddenly wanting to be finicky like that and actually work somewhat, but whatever. Strange boxes I have built. Purpose for them? None. Like most things. This thing here, this big contraption that's actually involves all those over there, as you can probably see, the idea here was you tighten all these four up, it pulls this centerpiece back, And as that's pulled back, you can see it's got all these ropes going to all 4 of these, so it pulls all of them back equally at the same time, sort of, kind of. You know, you tweak them to tighten that one too much and that one not so much, and this will be over there, so you have to tighten that one more to get it in the center. That way it'll equally pull them all back. So it took some finickiness, but the idea is once it's back, then you go ahead and on the second one here, you connect, or not that one, but this one here, you connect that to this, then you load it up, and then you go ahead and break the center piece right there, and then these will all snap back to their normal position, pull that forward, and ideally fling their contents everywhere. It doesn't work so well. It kind of goes ahead and just gives me a small spot of bother, but I'll demonstrate that because, of course, it's interesting. And I have to do shift tab. You see as I'm pulling it back, all those are starting to get pulled back. All these are starting to spurge out. It's a bit terrifying to see, but it's pretty amazing that this game even has this in it, especially considering I didn't even know they had this working at all yet. Well, I mean, we could try it there, sort of. I don't think this will work. Let's just keep tightening it back. More. There we go. A little bit more here. Come on. Come on. A little bit more. Yeah, you can see it's like torqued all over the place. I imagine if you had like 4,000 frames per second, you would actually be able to see it spurging out, and it's not just like teleporting back. It's about right there. It's actually moving in semi-logical ways. So we actually managed to get this to go farther than I think I did last time. So let's try to do a T on that, and then a T on that. No, no, why? Rope, why you get small? Stay big, stay strong. Bad rope. Okay, come on. Come on. No, no. There we go, got one. Why am I still continuing to do this? It's obviously a failure. I don't know. Let's see if we can push this around, and maybe it'll reset it. No, this one's still super tight. Why is that? This seems more reasonable here. Whatever, let's go ahead. Oh, now you're... Why? You get the point. It was ridiculous. Just go ahead and tighten one of these until it breaks. Because I did manage to break it earlier. Come on. There we go. Ah, there goes one. Oh, there goes one of the towers. It's actually pulled that one to the middle. Oh, God. Let's go. Oh, there goes. It just broke that one free. Let's run over here. Oh, God. It's actually... It would appear to be ascending into heaven now. Yes, it's clearly a cross ascending into heaven. It's actually beginning to turn, unfortunately. And suddenly it's become a symbol. Oh dear heavens. It's going to turn into a nuke in a second and blow up everything that we've created. Oh dear God. Why is this happening? No! We missed it. It's turned into a plane now, and it's just flying around. It's heading towards the east. It's an old World War II plane on its way to bomb Germany now. I have no idea why this is happening, but I'm going to remind you all that this is early access. In fact, it's early access because the game's not even out on early access yet, and it just stopped. Yeah. Oh, no, it's going again. So yeah, just remember, this is all going to change. It's all going to be improved. This is what you would actually expect from Alpha, not the amount of polish you might see in some other games that are on early access or like Star Citizen. The devs actually went ahead and gave us something that is truly Alpha for us to play around with and actually experience some truly incredible and strange things. And I suggest you guys support them for something that will surely be fixed in the future, considering I've seen them fix a lot of other stuff and spoken to them, and, well, this is all work in progress, isn't it? But we have invented the flying cross-plane of stone submarineness. Alrighty. Thanks a bunch, guys. I'm gonna go take a break. I've been stressing over building fortresses in this game all day. They fell over a few times. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.